What up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just recently had a chance to go see the Super Mario Brothers on the big screen. I was a little bit excited for this movie, especially the guy who had grown up playing the Super Nintendo era where the Super Mario Bros. Came out. I remember as a kid playing it and getting frustrated by going through the obstacle courses and doing puzzle piece and trying to get through the levels. And I always get very pissed off every time I lose or I fall to my death and I have to start all over again. Like every time I lose multiple lives, but I still kept on going and try to make it to the finish line. And then I remember playing the Mario Kart through the Nintendo 64 era, and that was pretty much around the last time I played it. But then recently I did play the Mario Kart Deluxe 8 from the Nintendo Switch, and I don't own them. My brothers do, and we play them from time to time whenever we get together, and we always have a blast playing Mario Kart. And when I found out that Illumination and Universal was going to be doing in a video game adaptation of Super Mario Brothers, at first I was a little bit nervous because sometimes a lot of their movies have not been the greatest, but they have been successful for multiple movies like The Secret Life of Pets or the Despicable Me franchise and all that. And then the casting came. You had Chris Pratt, you had Charlie Day, Jack Black, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Seth Rogen all in the movie together. And a lot of people backlash over the casting choice with Chris Pratt playing Mario, and a lot of people were like, oh no, why couldn't they just get an Italian actor to play the character? But I was one of those people that kept an open mind. I didn't mind it at all. By the time we get to the marketing campaign and then the trailer started to come around, a lot of people who complained about it just completely went away so quickly, and everyone, including myself, was on board to see this movie because of the way it looked and the tone itself. And this movie tells a story about Mario who gets sucked into the green tube, and he gets sucked into the magic mushroom kingdom, and the entire kingdom is at stake, and it's going to be destroyed by Bowser, played by Jack Black, and Luigi, played by Charlie Day, gets kidnapped and gets taken as a prisoner. So now he's going to have to help Princess Peach, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, and to help save her kingdom, and then go rescue his brother Luigi, and that's where the plot is set. And after coming out of this movie, I will say this movie is awesome. I did not care what the critics think about this film. I know a lot of the critics were given mixed response, but I'm one of the people that had a blast. Yeah, the story is not strong, and it doesn't need to be. It's the Super Mario Brothers world, and it's not meant to be taken seriously. The strongest parts of the movie was the great animation style, lots of nostalgic throwbacks to the hardcore Mario fans, and there's a surprising cameo, and there's a lot of great comedic timing that I was laughing my ass off from beginning to end. I had a big giant smile on my face. There's a lot of times in this movie where you can point out some of the big Easter eggs and some of the people who are fans of the Super Mario Brothers game. I love Chris Pratt as Mario. I thought he really pulled it off. There are times where I can't even tell that that's Chris Pratt voicing the character. And I thought Bowser, played by Jack Black, really pulled it off. There are times in the movie where I could not tell that was Jack Black voicing the character until, without spoiling anything, there are a couple of songs in the movie that Bowser plays that you can tell that was totally Jack Black playing, like, completely all the way. And it actually worked. It could have been cringe, but it actually worked, and it was very well executed. I love the structure of that world of the Mushroom Kingdom. I even love the Mario Kart Rainbow Racing. They definitely delivered it. I loved it. And there is no moments in the film where Mario felt overshadowed because Princess Peach, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, she becomes a badass. She becomes a fighter. She's not just a damsel in distress, but she was not enough to overshadow Mario because this is still his movie. And I love the screen time with Peach and Mario, and I love the screen time with him and Donkey Kong, played by Seth Rogen. Their screen time together is absolutely awesome. I ate it up. And yeah, there are lots of character moments that I got choked up. And sure, like I said before, the story's not the strongest. It felt very thin, but it didn't matter. As long as I'm invested in this world and I love the characters and I had a great time, that's all that matters to me. And I thought that the third act finale with him and Luigi was awesome. Luigi gets his moment to shine. He did not feel like the damsel in distress. A couple of my criticisms I have with the movie is that I wish the movie was longer. I wish I had more, and I wish that we had a little bit more screen time with Luigi and Mario because I thought their screen time together was golden when they're together. and that's about it. This is a true escapism when it comes to video game movies like Super Mario Brothers, which I something I wish that that the Sonic movies should have been, because what they did wrong with the Sonic movies, even though there's some good stuff in it, but the downside is that you tried so hard to be funny, you tried to blend it with animation and live action. The thing that they should have done is that we should have just be transported into Sonic's world, and we can be invested in a lot of these great popular characters from the video games and go from there. But this is what Super Mario's got right, and I had a blast from beginning to end, and I smiled a lot. I had a great time, and this is a movie that you can definitely take your kids to go see. And yes, there is a setup to the sequel in the second post-credit scene. And just to be aware that there are two post-credit scenes. There's one post-credit scene where it's just there for the gag, but at the time you get to the second post-credit scene, it does set up for the sequel, and I'm totally open for more. And I would be open to see Donkey Kong to have its own spin-off movie. I would love to explore that world, because there's, and like Peach said it in the film, that there are plenty of other worlds to explore in the universe, and there is a possibility that they can do a Nintendo shared universe, which I wouldn't be surprised if the studio decided to tackle on that. And from according to the box office, it's tracking very well, and I guarantee that this movie's going to get a green light of the sequel, and I would be open to revisit these characters again. This is, like I said before, that this is a true escapism, and this is a great time from the theater. And now, have you seen this movie? I would love to know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Are you on the same boat as me that you really loved it? Or are you someone that was very mixed and very disappointed by it? Just jump down in the comment section below and leave me your thoughts. And if you like this review, hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more movies, reviews, and acting challenges. And you can find me on other social media platforms, on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm more active on those three social media sites, and I'll put my username in the description down below.